y'all. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Chronicles. It is Thursday. One more day of working, Lord. Ooh. I hope you guys are up and out. You got your coffee and or tea, and you are out doing what you got to do. You made it there safely. You're not stressing this morning. You said a little prayer, honey, so the Karens don't get on your nerves. Yes. Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you guys for joining. Ooh, I hope you guys hit the like button. I see you guys slowly coming in. Please hit the like button as you come in. Thank you. Let's go ahead and do the disclaimer. Everything said in the video is alleged in my opinion and is used for entertainment purposes only and for fair use. All right? Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Let's go ahead and get started with celebrity news, y'all. All right. So first up is Mr. Tupac Shakur. As you guys know, rapper Tupac Shakur is set to be honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, you guys know he is deceased. His mother is also deceased now, so I'm not sure who is going to step up and accept this in his honor, but he will be getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's been announced, okay? So, yeah, that's a long time coming. I know he would be happy if he was alive to know that they were honoring him in that way, because he has definitely made his mark, you know, in Hollywood, so he deserves it. I love his music. I know a lot of other people listen to his music as well. He was a little controversial in some areas, but the fact that he spoke his mind and he did not allow people to change his perception of how he saw things, that is what I like about him also as a rapper and an artist. So he wasn't swayed by what other people thought, and he didn't go with the grain. He always went against the grain, and that's why I respected him as the rapper and or entertainer that he was. All right, moving right along. Mr. Peter Thomas, honey, the former husband of Cynthia Bailey, is in some more hot water and is being put on blast by his Bar One Miami employees, you guys. Now, we already talked about he had some issues with his Bar One Baltimore employees where he was not paying them. And now it's looking like he's in trouble with his Miami Bar One as well, where the employees there are speaking out and putting his ass on blast there. Now, one employee took to social media to blast Peter and revealed that Peter has not been paying the employees at his Miami Bar One and even owes her to the tune of $1,400 in unpaid wages, okay? This woman has been asking for her money and Peter has been ignoring her. So she is taken to social media to embarrass him into paying her money, and also letting everyone know that several other employees at the Miami Bar One have also not been paid. So now that's, like I said, 2 locations that he is not paying his employees. All right. It's crazy. I don't know what the hell going on with Peter. Like, we saw this all the way back years ago when he was on Real Housewives of Atlanta with Cynthia, how he was bad with business. How it took him so many years to get Bar One up and running, and then it flopped, and then he was right back at it again. Cynthia invested all this money in trying to get Bar One up and running, and she lost her money trying to help him. Peter just does not have the business sense that he needs to have in terms of running a business, and I don't know what the hell he's doing with his money or how he's doing what he's doing, but it's just not working, because you continue to run into the same places to where your businesses make you look like a fool out here in these streets, sir. Now, Peter, we talked about before that Peter also owes back rent at his Baltimore waterfront rental property. And he's also facing eviction for owing over thousands of dollars in back rent for that particular rental property. Okay. So Peter Pumpkin Eater, baby, you need to be paying your employees and your rent, sir, because you're looking crazy out here. Damn. That's just trifling. I can't stand people that don't pay their damn bills. And it's a difference between not being able to if you don't have the money to, but then it's the ones that have the money, but you choose to do other shit and you feel like other people gotta wait because you want to be selfish and do what you want to do versus paying your damn bills. That shit irritates me to no end. It irritates me. Peter, you bad at business, sir. Shut it down. Or sell the business to somebody else and let them run it. And you come from up under it, sir, because you don't know what the hell you doing. People should not have to be waiting on no damn paycheck when they got bills to pay. You got rent, car notes and insurance, and you got to put food on the table, lights and utilities and all that shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, let's carry on, child. Stormisha Salisha Steele, honey, she responds. We talked about it a little bit yesterday in the pop-in video. I ran across some more stuff. She responds, honey, from the hospital after reading the comments and clapping back at fans and trolls after announcing and revealing that she has a serious illness, which is sepsis, all right? Now, Stormi says that after I posted that I was in the ER, she said that I've seen comments that range from that's what she gets to she's lying to people thinking that it's funny, etc. She says that the worst is that people are trying to tie the sickness to stress from a TV show or being on TV, okay? She says, I honestly miss the days where I could share only one social media without everything being made into so much more, all right? I don't know why she cares. I said it yesterday. I don't know why she cares so much about what people think. Stop sharing your damn medical information and your personal situation of you being in the hospital. That's between you and your doctor. You don't have to be out here explaining anything of your medical mishaps to anyone. Nobody asked you to divulge that information, period. I said yesterday she's posting medical records trying to show she really is in the hospital. She showed a picture of her laying up there. I posted it. She showed a picture of her in the hospital with this damn toboggan on. After she said her ass went in the emergency room with a temperature of 103. What you laying up there with a hot ass toboggan on with a temperature of 103 and your doctor didn't tell you need to take that off because that's further making your temperature go up? She looked crazy as hell. I don't know what the hell going on with Stormi. It's looking like she's attention seeking. That's what it looks like to me. For her to be in grave danger, she sure does have these Twitter fingers. I said yesterday, Stormi got these Twitter fingers, honey, and is reading the hell out of a lot of comments when she claims that they gave her several doses of medication when she went into the ER, and she says that she was in so much pain, you guys. Stormi says when she came in the ER that she could not stand up and that her vision was blurry and that she was in excruciating pain. This is what she said on her IG post. Now, that does not sound like somebody who got time to be sitting up there responding to every single comment and somebody saying they don't believe you. If you're in excruciating pain and you high on medication and your vision is blurred, how the hell you seeing comments on IG and every other damn G on social media? How is that? That's weird. If I'm under that type of mess in the hospital, I'm not trying to be responding to nobody. I'm gonna have my ass in that hospital bed and I'm gonna be trying to get some rest and doing whatever my doctor tells me to do. Like, that's crazy as hell, Stormi. That's crazy as hell. That you responding. So she says that she said I still have body aches, and the doctor says that they'll be there for a while, that the body aches will be there for a while. She says that my fever broke and my heart rate decreased a bit, but it's still elevated. This is all the stuff she's saying is going on while she is responding to people on social media, you guys. All right. Now, the medical report that she released, I looked a little closer at it. She's saying that the doctor at the ER gave her a medical report. Now, we all know that when you get admitted to the hospital, they don't right away give you medical records. Those records you get when you get discharged from the hospital. I done been in the hospital before. I done been to the ER before. You don't get those things until they discharge you with instructions in terms of what you need to do after they release you from the hospital. All that comes into like all your paperwork when you sign off when they let you go. So I'm trying to figure out where you getting all this paperwork while you still laying up in the hospital and you just checked in there. That sounded a little fishy to me. Now, the paperwork that she posted, I don't know if she was still high on medication, but it was a paper from the urgent care. It was not from the hospital and it was not from the emergency room. It was from where her ass went to the urgent care. And on the medical report, it posted that that her fever was unspecified and that her elevated blood cell count was also unspecified. Okay. So while she said she went to the urgent care and they said all these things was out of whack and that she needed to go to the ER, that's not what it's saying on her report from the urgent care. They're saying these things were unspecified, like pretty much they didn't find anything wrong. So she just had to have something found wrong and went to the ER, I guess, for a second opinion. because they didn't find nothing wrong with her at urgent care. The urgent care found nothing wrong with Stormi. Stormi went to the ER and then said she was admitted into the ER. I've never heard of anybody being admitted to the ER. If you go to the ER and something is wrong with you, then they send you where you need to go in the hospital, whether it's ICU or wherever. So her story just does not sound right. And that's why a lot of people are saying, Stormi, we feel like you capping and are lying, because some of the stuff that you're saying and then the pictures that you're showing is just not adding up. If you got all this stuff going on with you, you're going to probably have some oxygen in your nose. You're going to have some IVs running. Nobody saw any of that when you thought to post a picture of yourself, a selfie of you in the damn hospital, and then you were smiling. You were low-key grinning in the picture. So you didn't look like you were heavy dosed in medication and in excruciating pain. If I'm in excruciating pain, I'm not laying there smiling. So it looks like Stormi was attention-seeking or maybe hiding out at the hospital, which was conveniently after, and I said yesterday, when Black Titanic released her video, a live video, claiming to have put out paperwork or taken out a warrant on Stormi. I don't know if she realized or not, even if you have a warrant, the police can still come there and arrest you. They would handcuff your ass to the bed until the doctors finish doing what they're going to do, so that your ass don't jump bail or jump that warrant or, get away from that warrant. So by you posting stuff and you got this active warrant out, you look stupid, because they can still come and get you from the hospital. So it's looking like you want sympathy from your followers and from anybody that would give you some type of sympathy. That's what it's looking like to me. And I don't like to say people are not sick if they're sick, but it's just stuff is not adding up. And I don't like to be lied to. And I just feel like I was being lied to in that moment. Because I was just like, I'm looking at this paperwork and I know damn well I can read and my comprehension skills is on A+. And this just don't look right, Stormi. It don't look right. You lied and said your paperwork was from the hospital, but the paperwork that you showed online was from urgent care, dear. Like, get your lies together. Get your lies together, sis. And they found absolutely nothing wrong with you. Ain't that shit crazy? I was just like, girl, Lord have mercy. I ain't thinking about no damn phone or nothing else if my ass is in that type of predicament in the damn hospital. But yeah, go off, Stormi, because your story, honey, sounds as fishy as Tisha draws. Okay, and I did throw some shade right there, and I'll say it again. Stormi, your story sounds as fishy as Tisha's draws, and that's fishy, baby. That's a warehouse of fish. Do you hear me? I said that. And I'm going to be a little messy. And I'm going to show my eyes, because it's caramel when she said that shit. Stormi, your story is as fishy as Tisha draws. Damn. I ain't even want to go there this morning. Stormi, you done brought out the Pettyville in me. Damn. You done brought out the petty in me. I did not even want to stoop to that level this morning. I didn't. I was trying to save all that to the end when we talk about Martell, because y'all know I'm going to fly off when I talk about him. So I'm trigger warning. Let me go and put it out now. Let me put the trigger warning out, because we're going to be talking about Martell here real soon about this interview. Y'all already knew I was coming about this interview. We're going to get there. 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 Oh my God. So they're saying Real Housewives of Atlanta ratings continue to drop. Fans demand a reboot of the show and a possible recast. They're asking, okay? They're saying that the ratings are steady declining. There was 657,000 viewers, okay, for episode 4, according to the TV deets, all right? They're mad at that the show is very boring. The storylines are not reputable. Many fans are asking about Nene coming back. Andy Cohen has already said on his platform that Nene Leakes returning, in terms of her returning, that the door is closed. She will never, ever step foot back on Bravo ever again. He is not checking for her ass after that whole lawsuit with her suing the network and calling them racist. They done with her ass. They don't wash their hands of her. I mean, granted, like I said, Nene did bring something to the show with her narcissistic ass. But Andy Cohen says never, ever in this world or the one to come will Nene Leakes be on his damn show again. Now, Phaedra also declined to return, saying that the show is like a sinking ship and that she set her sights on other shows like Real Housewives, Girl Trip, And of course, you guys know she will be appearing on Married to Medicine. So a lot of people were saying they would like to see Phaedra back as well, and she has declined to come back. Now, it said that Portia Williams may be making some appearances on next season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, which may help the ratings, because y'all know Portia's crazy as hell. She's entertaining. And the fact that now she's married to Simon, people want to be nosy and get in her business and see what's going on in the Gubadia household. So that may help out with some of the ratings. Plus the fact that she will check somebody and possibly put some hands on people in between. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay. But in terms of right now, they're saying that they're not feeling the direction of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And they're also saying they do not feel that Sheree Whitfield is holding her weight on the show in terms of her failed storyline with Tyrone. Her She by Sheree reveal after 45 years of trying to get the bitch off the ground, and it's still on the ground. Okay. In terms of her bringing Martell Holt on the show, who they did not want on there in the first damn place, and her friendships with the ladies that seem to be very fake, because Sheree, they say, is very two-faced. Okay. So they're not feeling Sheree, and like I already said, she may be out the door with Kim Zolciak, with whispers of Kim Zolciak returning to the show, because she's been begging Andy Cohen and the Bravo Network to return to Real Housewives of Atlanta, because she broke. And Andy does love himself some Kim Zolciak over Sheree Whitfield. So I see that happening. So we'll see what. Miguel Wilson, let's talk about him a little bit. Miguel Wilson, the guy who decided to Martell with his suit line, was found to be just like Martell, which is why he did not respond to the emails and or comment people were in terms of working with Martell. They were saying he was narcissistic. They talked about the revenge PORN video that he was trying to release on his ex-wife, and they were saying, did you do your homework on Martell before you decided to work with him? Well, he didn't give a hot damn about it, because he also was a cheater himself. He has the same traits as Martell. So why would he not work with him? Why would he not see it for Martell? Miguel Wilson has the same traits as Martell, and pretty much the same history as him as well. Okay. He also got divorced from his first wife because of infidelities. He also had to restart his life over because of him out cheating for years on his wife. All right. Now, Miguel posted his first book called Peace Over Everything, where he kind of hints on what he went through in terms of the infidelities and how he had to start his life over after he cheated on his ex-wife. He's remarried now. Okay. Miguel, of course, had to bounce back after losing damn near everything in his own divorce. So he chose to take a chance on Martell because of his similarities with him. And Martell, because of the similarities that he saw in himself in Martell. All right. So the suits that Martell was showcasing, they're saying, are recycled suits that he's been wearing. The purple short set suit that we saw he wore in season 6 of Love and Marriage Huntsville, when he was sitting at the table when the comeback group all came back together for the first time, you guys. Yeah. So, and then the white and black suit that we keep seeing him wear, the little penguin tight ass suit. Of course, that was showcased several times, and that suit was worn 3 different times on the show. Well, on TV. 2 times on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and once on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and that ain't even counting in between that he's been wearing it off the show. Okay. Because I don't think he got but maybe 3 suits, but it's crazy how you having a whole suit line and you ain't got but 3 suits in your closet. It's weird to me. That's giving weird. And fraud and misrepresentation. That's kind of what it's giving me. So I don't know how you got a suit line with only 3 suits, but go off, sir. He says, I don't want to jump the gun, because we get ready to talk about him in a minute. I was so damn irritated with Martell. Y'all know Martell is a whole one-trick pony out here. He ain't got but one trick, and every time he try to do that trick, it don't work. And speaking of tricks, he is a trick. But and heavy on the trick. All right, so yeah, he's a whole clown out here. We're gonna move on, because I'm gonna drag his ass here in just a few minutes, honey. It's coming. Ooh, Jesus. I'm trying not to go there too much, y'all. I'm trying to fly on through this, all right? I'm trying to fly on through it. Jesus. All right, but oh, Jesus. All right, so Tiffany Whitlow, you guys. Tiffany Whitlow, there were rumors out there saying that it was rumored. Let's say it this way. Tiffany Whitlow was rumored to be sleeping with her business partner, okay? Now, Tiffany says that it's all lies and it's made up by Tisha Scott, honey, to deflect from her own infidelities in her marriage, all right? Now, on IG, fans actually wrote to Tiffany, and they were tagging her in these comments, saying that Tiffany, your name is out here in these Huntsville streets. What's going on with you and your business partner? All right, because it was rumors that she was cheating. Says that you better tell Lewis. I'm just saying. Okay. So then another fan also says that is something that the Scotts put out, like saying that they don't believe it. All right. So then Tiffany responded to these comments by saying that she says that I can't even give this nonsense any life, meaning that they're all lies, that don't believe it. That's what she's saying. Do not believe it, that never happened. Okay. Now, of course, Tisha made those rumors up about the infidelities, like I said, to deflect from her own infidelities in her marriage, which is what Tisha always does. When you mention her marriage and the cheating and mess that's going on, Tisha gets mad, and then all of a sudden she know a whole gang of rumors about you and your marriage when she ain't heard shit. She's just making it up because she feel bad about you bringing her shit up, and that's just how it always works. I talked about it the other day. She did it with Melody, and she does it with anybody else that brings it up. As soon as Tiffany brought up infidelities in Tisha's marriage on the show, all of a sudden now Tisha says, let her keep messing with me, and I'm going to talk about all the things that I know about her, which is nothing. Which is nothing. They're all lies, okay? They're all lies. You ain't got no tea on nobody, but everybody got tea on you, and I got some on you this morning, and we're going to talk about it. And there are receipts, because y'all know I don't like to talk about stuff unless I have them. Yeah. Yeah, you look at other people's marriage and you want that. You thrive on the fact that you've been in your marriage 17, 18 years, but it's toxic as hell, and your husband been cheating on you, all 18 of them. And I'm gonna just say allegedly, but that's just what it's given, because he only married you because you were pregnant. And I'm gonna just be all the way raw when I say it, because you had already said that you were talking about moving back to Texas, the same place where the guy that was saying you smell like fish there. Some guy that you was messing with in Texas that was telling everybody that you smell like fish. You were talking about moving back to Texas, and Marsau asked you to stay in Huntsville. And you wound up staying in Huntsville, and then you wound up getting pregnant by Marsau, which then I guess he felt guilty and wound up marrying you. And I'm going to say your mama helped push that along, because the fact that she don't want you out here being a single mother, and since he done knocked you up, I think she had a lot to say. And she always said, I had nothing to do with that, Caramel. The hell you didn't. The hell she didn't. That's on period. That's on period. Now we already talked about how Melody came forward to speak up for Tiffany, saying that the rumors that were rumored to be floating around in Huntsville about Tiffany having infidelities in her marriage. Melody says, I have not heard no such thing or any rumors about Tiffany or infidelities in her marriage. She said she ain't heard nothing about that going around in Huntsville. Huntsville is small. Melody be out there in them streets, honey. She know what's being said, honey. She know. And she vouched for Tiffany to say that those pretty much were lies, that she ain't heard none of that. So that's some shit that Tisha made up to deflect what's going on in her own situation. All right. Now, what we have heard and pulled receipts on, and shout out to Anthony Lofties for this, because he does have it, and I think he did a whole live on it. We're going to talk about it this morning, because I'm tired of Tisha always talking about she knows some shit on people, but you never want to talk about yours. But who's going to talk about it this morning? That would be me. All right. Now, there are some receipts, okay, that the fact that there is this secret room, okay, is said to be at their bar, which is called Black. There's this secret room, all right? We're going to hint on it. We're going to talk about it a little bit. There's a secret room where they watch the property to make sure ain't nothing going on. But the type of property that she failed to divulge is that it's probably ass cheeks and some other type of body parts that's being watched in that room. Okay? Yeah, ain't no security going on over there. All right? They securing some other things is what it's sounding like. Okay? What the receipts is telling me. Okay? Yeah. Somebody's being the top flight security of some ass cheeks over there in that secret room over there at Black. Yeah. They're securing the ass cheeks, if you will. Because y'all know he like ass cheeks. That's what they found in his phone, remember, when they talked about it at the reunion. Marsau likes asses. That's why his wife went out here and started getting the fix-a-flat in hers, so that she could try to keep his eyes on her. But his eyes seem to be still someplace else. And we're going to talk about it. Now, there's some unmentionables that have been going on with old Marsau Scott there, allegedly, in this old secret room over there at Black. Now, Marsau Scott is said to be having some type of situationship with Tisha's hairstylist, or rather makeup artist, and her name is Jasmine. Okay, we're going to call names. Her name is Jasmine. I got the pictures. I got some pictures and I got some audios too. We might have to go on and play them for Dragiversary. Because y'all know we do receipts over here. I don't talk about shit unless I got receipts. I ain't going to come on here and even talk about it. People send me stuff all the time. But if I ain't got no receipts to back it up, because I don't like people over here saying Caramel, that's lies. Caramel be spewing lies on her show. Bullshit. We got receipts here. I got a picture of the girl. Now, the girl has a boyfriend by the name of Charles, who was supposed to go into some type of business venture with him having a barbershop, which is connected to the building that Black is in. But Charles found out that Marsau was sleeping with Jasmine and decided to put Marsau on blast, which then pissed Marsau off to where he now does not want to do business with Charles in this barbershop, okay? Now, the makeup artist even went as far as asking, could she move in with Tisha and Marsau? Okay, I think she didn't have a place to stay or something at the time, so she asked could she move in with Tisha and Marsau, and I think they declined that offer. Now, this alleged room, you guys, at Black is said to be like a boom boom room. Now, this is not the first time that we've heard this stuff have been going on in certain locations. Okay, now we also heard about, and it was already brought up at the reunion where they were talking about Credit One. And this other room that was going on at Credit One where women were meeting up there. Now, since that spot has been blown up and it was talked about at the reunion where Maurice got real defensive and was saying somebody's ass is going to be sued. Y'all remember that shit. And Kimmy kind of piped him down like, listen, bitch, we already know what's going on over there. Be quiet. Like, you only got a certificate. You ain't suing no damn body. Shut your ass up. But since that information was brought out, they don't really talk about that anymore. So I feel like locations have been switched since that spot's been blown up, because it was said that women were coming in and out of Credit One. And I'll say allegedly, where some freaky deaky type shit was going on. So now that spot's, like I said, been blown up, I feel like this little secret room may be the next place that's been going on, because they said, and Kimmy said it out of her mouth, that the reason why they got Black was so that the men could have a place to go and kind of hang out and have their little men thing going on, their little bar. For like Marsau, Martell, and all them. And we all know what happens when it's with them. Kimmy already said that Maurice hangs out till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. What the hell you doing out that late when you got a whole wife at home and who is also fighting cancer? We already knew Martell was cheating because he has a baby to prove it. We already know Marsau is out here running around because there's been rumors of him and Alonda, and Ariane already put him on blast to say that he was trying to talk to her sister as well. Now it is said that he's sleeping with Tisha's makeup artist by the name of Jasmine. All right? Yes. What do y'all think about that? What do you think about that? Wanda want to call it a security room. We're not going to let that lie fly. Not over here. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay? Now, it's said that the friend of this alleged makeup artist texted Tisha, okay, with the details of what was going on about this alleged affair between Jasmine and Marsau. Okay? And said that Tisha was unfazed and tried to block the girl. She didn't want to hear about the shit. So I feel like she's probably just letting him cheat in peace because the shit been going on for so long, and I feel like she can't stop him from cheating. The ex-boyfriend is the one, like I said, who put Marsau on blast for sleeping with Jasmine, which is the makeup artist. What do y'all think about this? Tisha be trying to act like she never heard of infidelities in her marriage before. But I think Tisha have heard a whole lot of things behind the scenes that she don't want to ever admit to. I think it hurts her. Martell already said that he could say a whole bunch of things and put Marsau under the bus about some stuff that he know about in terms of infidelities. But he said it, and those are things that will make Tisha cry, and he did not want to put her in that position. So Martell knows a lot of things that Marsau have done, because Marsau was running with Martell during the time that he was out cheating and running around with Ariane and every other person that he was cheating with. Now the two of them, and I'm gonna say the three, because Maurice tried to remove himself from that whole situation when they were in Atlanta. When Ariana was saying they were down there with the big back women and all of them had women with them that were not their wives. There's some truth to that. Not that I believe everything that Ariana said, but she said when she touched down in Atlanta and went to the house where they were all staying, that they were all booed up with other women who were not their wives. There's some truth to this. There's some truth to it. The dots are starting to connect. Now, could this be why Tisha always says that Marsau is never home? And why he's always saying he's so busy and that he's never home and that he's just out hustling, trying to make money. But it doesn't seem like you hustling that much, because every time you turn around, you're being sued for not paying this, and this. So where's all this money that you making on the side going? If you working this hard, why y'all got back taxes that are not paid? Why are you guys getting sued and having liens put on your property? Why are you not paying from the property? If you're working this hard and you're not home, where are you? Now, y'all remember when Marsau and Tisha was on, what's the show with Shay Ministries? Y'all remember that? Marsau tried to joke and say that if Tisha doesn't give him what he wants in the bedroom, that he just outsources it. He tried to laugh it off, but I feel like he was being serious. And Tisha tried to chuckle and laugh it off as well, like it was a joke. But I feel like there was some truth there. I feel like it's some truth there. If she don't give him what he wants, I don't feel like he give a hot damn. I don't feel like he begs her. I don't feel like he continues to ask her. I feel like he go get what he want if she don't give it to him. And I'll say allegedly again. Where there's smoke, damn it, there is fire. We cannot continue to ignore little tidbits of things that's being dropped in terms of what's going on. And Tisha, if you letting him cheat in peace, baby, that's fine. Because people do it all the time. If you want to stay in a situation where you constantly being disrespected on and off TV, that's your business. But don't get on national television and act like you in a perfect marriage when all these things keep popping up about you. And it's a reason why you get so mad when people talk about it, because you know these infidelity things that's coming out about you and your marriage really hurt you. But ain't shit you can do about it because you so stuck in with all the shit that you've done in terms of your credit being ran up, because Marsau ain't got none. You so deep in this bullshit with Marsau until you can't leave. Y'all got a $5 million lawsuit looming that y'all owe Zen Garden. That's something that you and him have to pay. So it's not like you can walk away free and clear. And the longer you stay with this fool, you're going to continue to keep getting buried in debt. And your fucking credit getting messed up. And your children continuing to sit back and watch you be disrespected. Because your son already done called you out on national television to ask you why you continue to sit there and be disrespected by Marsau. They are seeing you being disrespected. And you raising daughters around that bullshit. And they gonna grow up and feel like a man is supposed to treat them the way they see Marsau treat you. And that's just a fact. That's toxic as hell. It's toxic. And it's dangerous. Jasmine, and I don't like to talk about people, Jasmine ain't really nothing to look at like that. For him to even be stepping out. She's just a makeup artist. So he would disrespect you and his marriage and risk his marriage over some random makeup artist. Now she got a strong jawline, so it looks like she might be able to do some things that Tisha can't do. I'll say it again. She got a real strong jawline look about her. So it's looking like she might be able to do some things with them jaws that Tisha can't do. Which is why he chose to fuck with her in the first place. You real raw. Why you always talking about somebody speaking on your marriage? You need to be speaking on the bitch. I ain't never gonna care about your marriage more than you. But what I am gonna talk about is when you continue to throw other people under the bus to say you know so much about them when you got more skeletons than a graveyard in your damn closet. And that's just on period. And that's just what we see and know. And the receipts that I got in my vault that I'm gonna put out there. And I hope your mama say some shit and I'm gonna go on and dig that shit right on up and play it on my channel. Please activate my petty. Please do. Activate my petty and I'm gonna put that shit on there. Because I be trying to hold back because I don't want to just release the beast on people like that. But I have some shit that I can really put out there where to where you probably won't even want to show your damn face on national television again. But I don't want to stoop to that level of petty. But if you activate my petty, I would do that shit. And that's just how I'm going to roll with it. But let's move on. Let's just move on, child. You ain't got to say no more about that shit. For real. Please activate my petty. Please do. Oh, baby, activate my pity. I'm going to pull so many receipts from that vault, baby. That vault going to be empty when I get done. Ain't shit going to be in my vault when I finish. It's going to be an echo in that vault if you push me to that limit. I'm just saying. An echo means ain't shit in there. Like Ariana's apartment, when she talk, ain't shit in her apartment because it's echoes. Y'all remember she ain't have that one love seat? That mean that bitch was empty. And that's how my vault going to be if you push me and activate my petty. Okay? Let's move on. Y'all know we raw over here, but I don't give a hot damn. Try me and I will oblige you. Okay, moving on. All right. Now shout out to Queen Sheba. Okay, shout out to Queen Sheba, honey, for her interview with Martell Holt. I love the way she's so poised but can still read a bitch and clear the girls. Okay, but she do it in a poised type of way. I like that about her. I like that about her. She can read your ass to a point to where you be sitting there like, bitch, did she just read me? And I be sitting over there looking at it and be like, bitch, yes, you were totally read. Did you not hear it? She's that type, and I totally see it for her. Shout out to you, Queen Sheba. You did an awesome job on your interview with Martell Holt, and I feel like at the end she was ready to really take his ass to the limit, but she kind of held back, and she had to go ahead and get on up out there because Martell, he was starting to show his true colors, and I feel like they was about to take the poise up out of Queen Sheba to where she was about to activate her ghetto side, because everybody got one. So, yeah, a few questions that she asked Martell was, what has therapy done for you? Martell responded, of course, with a long pause. He had a long pause. I was like, bitch, this should be easy. You were in therapy. Why is this hard for you to say what therapy has done when your ass was supposed to be there? But he had this long pause, and then he says that me and Melody went together and that I feel like I'm a better person. So why is every question got to be around Melody? We're asking about you, sir. Why are you still talking about Melody after 3 years of being divorced from Melody? You always find a way, Martell, to tie Melody in every single question that's being asked of you. We're not asking about Melody. We already know everything about Melody. We see her on social media and what she's posting and what's going on with Melody. We're asking about you. What improvements have you made since being divorced, since going to therapy? You could not answer that. And the fact that you had a long pause says to me that you're not taking your therapy seriously because you didn't want to go in the first damn place, which is why you were almost held in contempt of court. Moving on. It's a mess. It's a mess. Moving on. Now, she says, do you know what real love is? Okay. She says, she said, you had it once. You had an 85%, remember? I love the way she put that together because he said that Melody was his 85% and that Ariana, I think, said was his 10 or 15%. All right. So he says, yes, I know real love, unconditional love. He says that I'm going to love you regardless and forever. And he mean that shit because he's trying to love Melody to death, literally. He still loves Melody, but he will never come right out and say it. But he secretly does things to show that he still loves her, but he really wants to hurt her and punish her for leaving him because he feels like since he told Melody, I'm going to love you forever and I'll never leave you, he felt like Melody should stay with him regardless to whatever he did and still continue to love him through his mess. But because she reneged on that and decided to take her children and leave, that made him feel like she never loved him. So now he's punishing her in his own crazy mind to make her feel like you fucked up for leaving me. So now I'm going to punish you forever because I told you I was going to love you forever. Do y'all see the sick, twisted mess there? That's how Martell and his sick, twisted mind see things. Queen Sheba also asked him about Melody and the Carson situation where he became very agitated and kind of got a little attitude. All right. He got defensive when she asked him that question in terms of the PORN, revenge PORN video. All right. He says that he felt attacked and that the mess that Carson was saying, and he felt like Melody was wrong and shouldn't have mentioned the revenge PORN on her live and or admitted to what he did in their marriage. When you've admitted to a whole bunch of stuff and drugged this woman and talked cash shit about her, you sent her a still picture of her giving you fellatio to shut her up when you were already on a live, Martell, talking shit about Melody and what you thought she did not do and saying that she was a horrible mother, when you then turned around and said that Ariane was a great mother, which we know that's total bullshit. Well, we done saw your son pulling a Henny bottle and pills up out of Ariane's purse and telling her to shut up and calling her a bitch and everything else. But she's a great mother. I've never heard any of the Eminem kids do that to their mother. He's still defending Ariane, which further lets me know he's still fucking with Ariane on that level. Okay? Martell says that he stopped the kids from being on Love and Marriage Huntsville because Melody showed the kids a picture of him in a hotel room with a woman. He was mad that Melody showed the kids a picture, according to him, of him and Ariane. Y'all remember where Ariane and him was seen in the elevator, where Ariane was standing up on Martell in the elevator, and the Eminem kids saw that. Okay? He was mad about that. So his way of punishing Melody was to say that the kids could not be on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and he even went as far as putting that into the custody case and asking the judge to not allow his children to be on there. He tried to say that he's trying to protect them from adult situations on the show, but he did that to get back at Melody because he was mad that Melody exposed him. And I already told y'all, narcs don't like to be exposed, so that's why he did that. Okay. Now, Martell also says that Knox's birthday, he went ahead and told when Knox's birthday was, because they were saying that a lot of people was asking, why you never talk about Knox? You act like you're embarrassed by him. Why you never divulge when his birthday is? He did come out and say that Knox's birthday was on December the 17th. And he also says that he loves Knox, that he really loves his son. He went on and on about how he loves him and he's never embarrassed. Oh, I'm never embarrassed by him. I really love my son. But this is the same son that you asked Ariane to get rid of. I'm just saying. That's just facts. You told Ariane to get an AB when she told you that she was pregnant with Knox. So this don't sound like the same type of love that you were trying to say you had. I'm just saying. At one point, you weren't even coming to get Knox, and she had to embarrass you on social media and tell everybody that you go and get the Eminem kids and you don't spend time with Knox for you to come and get him. So now that you come and get him now, she done got off your back, and now you out here telling everybody you love him. This is the same child that you said that, you know, I'm just saying. We're going to finish this. He also says that the judge saw things in his favor as far as the courts with the kids. And Queen Sheba then started saying that she read the court papers, and that irritated him because Martell been running around saying that the court's been ruling in his favor, when we already talked about the court papers over here where Martell was found to be giving the children hot sauce and making them eat soap as punishment. And also he was not allowed to spank the children anymore because he had already put hands on Tank, drawing blood from him, which then he could not see the kids for 56 days after that. So he didn't want that talked about. He got very agitated, and his PR person, I'm going to say, was in his ear talking to him and trying to keep him calm because Martell was about to go there. He always has this earpiece in his ear when he does interviews, if you guys notice. And that's because his PR person is always in his ear talking to him and feeding him what to say in certain questions, because Martell is not really that smart. He does not do well in interviews. We've seen that. We saw how he did in his interview with Carlos King. That's just on period. He became very angry after he was talking about what the judge said, and the judge ruled in my favor. The judge saw it my way. The judge saw it my way. And Queen, she was like, well, I already saw the court papers, and that's kind of not what it says there, Martell. That pissed him off. Okay? He says that the judge saw things 99% in his favor. Okay? He says that he asked that the kids be off TV, and he got that. He says that he asked about the abuse, DHR, something about the DHR. That was ruled in his favor, and the $25,000 he asked for. He said the only reason he didn't get that back from his attorney was because he refused to go to counseling, and he was almost held in contempt. Well, my thing is this. Any attorney that you hire to represent you, you don't get that money back. That goes to them for putting in the work and digging up research to represent you. So that was lies right there. The judge don't order that fee to go back to you, Martell, the $25,000 that you were ordered to pay your attorney. You don't get that back because that is the fee that you owe them. That's just like you saying that you will order a court fee back whenever you go to court. You don't get that back, because that's what you have to pay when you appear in court. All right. Now, he says that Melody filed 4 different motions against him, and none of it went in his way. Queen Sheba again said that she saw things differently according to the court paper. So then he was denied his attorney fees. Like I said, he was denied full custody, and he was also denied child support. Okay, and he said it's because he didn't go to therapy, but that's all lies. So then Martell also says that whatever the truth is, that let it backfire. Okay, he says if you didn't want to discuss it, then you could have told my PR person. He tried to get smart with Queen Sheba whenever she mentioned the custody thing, because he was saying that he wants to go and get the paperwork in its entirety for the custody case. You already know what happened. Your ass was there. They already told you what was going to be in terms of the kids, and in terms of the custody. Everything stays the same in terms of the M&M kids. Nothing changes. You 1 week on and 1 week off, which is how it originally was. So you really didn't win in this situation. Melody did. She didn't have to pay you anything, okay? Because you ain't got nothing anyway. So Martell also says that since he didn't want to go to therapy, that he was denied, like I said, child support and all of that. Now, he also says that he refused to speak on things, and told Queen Sheba to come back with her paperwork, and that he'll talk about it then. So I guess he feels like he want to make a second appearance on her platform to talk about the entirety of the court case and the paperwork that was out in terms of what the judge was saying in the paperwork. All right. So Martell also says that he's going to get the records from the courts and proceed in that fashion. So he also kept asking Queen Sheba if she knew Melody personally, and were they friends, which I don't understand why he would care about that. She says, I live in Texas. I don't know Melody personally. That's what she told Martell. So then Martell admits that he and Carlos are friends, okay? And he also kept mentioning Melody. It was so weird. He kept mentioning Melody. He also mentioned the 10 dozens of roses that he bought Melody, in terms of saying that he bought Melody the 10 dozens of roses as like an apology gift to let her know that he was sorry for all the things that he had done. During the time that he purchased those 10 dozens of roses, they were still in the middle of the court proceedings. So why, pray tell, would you buy me 10 dozens of roses when you've already taken me to court, in a nasty court battle at that, to try to take my children away and asking for child support, and also blocking me from posting my daughter to promote her sugar mama line? He was pissed off and said that that Melody, he found out through social media and somebody else talking about it when Melody did her interview, saying that she put the flowers in the garage, that she didn't even keep them. He's saying that when he gave Melody the flowers, that she was overjoyed and happy to get the flowers and very appreciative. That's not the case. Melody says she put them bitches in the garage, and that's where they stayed. So when he found out about it, he's saying that he called Melody and asked her. He said he was trying to say it in a joking way because he didn't want to irritate her, but he said that he asked her, did she really put the flowers in the garage? And she said, yeah. Okay, so he said he told her, why is it that you would do that when all you had to do was tell me you didn't want them? Well, you should know she didn't want the damn flowers after all the shit that you done to her with the revenge porn, with, trying to take the kids and everything else. First of all, you can't even call Melody, which I knew that was a fucking lie when he said it, because you don't have access to call her. You have to email her. Melody already said it. Martell cannot call her because she has him blocked. So how you calling her when you block Martell? See the lies? Martell lied throughout the interview. I was not even going to watch the interview because I already knew he was going to be lying, and I was going to be further irritated. But everybody was hitting me up in the DMs, and I said, you know what? Let me go over here and see what this bullshit is about. And he didn't disappoint. He lied and gaslighted and protected Ariane, and even went as far as saying that Ariane should be on the show because she should be able to speak her piece, that everybody's been talking about her on the show, and it's not fair that she's being talked about on the show and she's not allowed to be on there to defend herself. Bullshit, Martell. We already know everything we need to know about Ariane. She don't need to be on the show. The fact that Carson, he was mad at Carson for exposing the whole revenge porn situation, and try to blame it on Carson, versus sitting here taking accountability to the fact that he initiated this. You initiated it by taking a screenshot and sending it to Melody and telling her that she better be quiet and get off live and stop talking about you, or you was going to put this information out about her. So you threatened her to be quiet, and when she did not be quiet, then you threatened to do that to her, and that's not cool. And you tried to use Ariane to help you take that plan out, and she was happy to do it, but the only reason she didn't do it is because Carson told her that she would spend jail time if she did. So she thought about that shit, and she didn't do it. But I found it very strange that Ariane would not address that when she went live after days of saying that she was going to talk about it. But then Martell get in the interview, and he kind of touched on it, but then he got away from it because I feel like he didn't want to say the wrong thing, because I feel like there may be some type of some court stuff that might be going to be behind this situation. So I feel like he kind of touched on it, and his PR person that was talking to him, you could tell he had a little pause, and every time he had that pause, it's because somebody's talking to him. And I feel like his PR person was telling him to get away from that conversation because she did not want him to say the wrong thing and stick his foot up his ass, which he had already done. He had already done that. So he feels like Ariane, like I said, should be on the show because he says it's not fair that she don't get to speak her piece in terms of what people are saying about her on this show. But we know who you are, Ariane. We already know that you fucked somebody else's husband, that you had a baby with somebody else's husband, that you trolled the hell out of Melody for years and years, and you still continue to do things behind the scenes. We already know who you are and what your story is. We saw you get on Tasha K and lie your ass off because that's what Martell told you to do, because he's the one that set up the interview with Tasha K to further come for Melody and make her look bad, when it backfired on the both of them. Because when Tasha K said on the interview that she was going to call Melody, Ariane got real nervous and started fidgeting with her phone and was texting Martell. So we already know what was going on. We know your story, Ariane, and we don't care to see you on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Martell also went on to say that Carson was wrong for what she did in terms of talking about that, and that she would never be on the show. So this is his way of trying to punish her and going to Carlos King and telling Carlos not to allow Carson to be back on the show because she put him on Front Street about him being involved in this revenge PORN video against Melody, because Melody already spoke out on her live, on her Revelation video, to say that everything that Carson said was the truth. Martell didn't like that. He was pissed about it. He didn't even come back and say anything about it. He went down there to Baltimore to his men's suit line with Miguel and didn't even mention it, and left Ariane to try to do all the dirty work in terms of that. But then when he had an opportunity to speak on it, he still didn't clear it up. So now, sir, you still looking guilty in this situation. I feel like I said, the interview, Martell gaslighted, and I feel like the harder questions that he was supposed to answer, he did not. He danced around them. He was sitting there sipping on that fake ass incest wine. You could see it in the background. Martell was trying to still sell himself. You could see the incest wine in the background. Martell already said he don't even drink. So the fact that he was still sitting there kicking back this incest wine was just him trying to sell this wine and show everybody, and to deflect and try to throw people off from what was really going on in that interview. I could see straight through it. He was doing a lot of deflecting and gaslighting. Martell already said, I don't drink. I don't really drink like that. So for the fact, if you having your wine, I saw the bottle sitting in the background. I said, look at this motherfucker right here. Like, Martell, who you think you fooling? Who you think you fooling? You thought you could get your ass on Queen Sheba's interview and promote your wine indirectly while you got up there and lied and talked shit about Melody. He also said that him and Melody was in a good space, that they just went to a baseball game together with the kids and that they were fine and laughing and kikiing. I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt Melody sat there and was laughing and kikiing with his ass at any baseball game or anywhere after all the things that came out about him and what he's done to this woman. So that's pretty much, we can't go over the whole entire interview because it was a whole lot. But for just the points that I saw that I wanted to kind of talk about in Car Chronicles today, Martell, baby, thank you so much, T-Sharp. Thank you for anybody else that did super chats as well. I did not get to see it because y'all know when I'm driving, I try to keep my eyes on the road. But thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you guys for the cash apps. Thank you guys for the likes. And also, please go ahead and comment in the comments, because I do read them and I try to respond as well, okay? Thank you guys for being here. We're going to get off here. But that's pretty much all I had for that interview with Martell and Queen Sheba. Shout out to her again for doing that interview. She did a great job. She asked a lot of questions that a lot of people wanted answers to, even though we didn't get straight answers. They were still asked, and it still showed Martell in the same narcissistic, crazy light that he's in. He's still crazy. Martell still does not have any growth since he and Melody have divorced. I don't feel like anything has changed in terms of his behavior since then. He still has a vendetta out to destroy Melody since she left him. And unfortunately, it's not going to stop. Okay. Queen Sheba did ask him about being married. He said that he had to the end of the year. He said he's not going to introduce anybody else to his children, any more women to his children, until he finds that one, somebody, someone that he chooses to marry. Okay. Obviously, it's not Ariane, or he would have been married, okay? Ariane, you must feel real stupid. It sucks to be you, like I said, in Beyonce's words. It sucks to be you right now that you've been fooling with him for over a decade, and he's still saying he's looking for the one. So he's saying you're not the one, dear. So he's using you to protect him, and you're not the one. So what you still hang around there for? Belinda is not the one either. Because he's using her to sign deeds and help him do things that he cannot do because he's in bankruptcy. Martell is a user. So anybody that he do find is going to be a stupid ass pygmy who got access to credit and got a little money about her, but she's not real smart up here. Martell is not that smart, but he's street smart. And he's a criminal. Martell is a whole criminal. And that is how criminals think. They find other people that they can use, because that's all he did to Melody, was use her the entire marriage. Martell was planning to take those children away from Melody during the time that she invited him on that trip to Florida. He already had it in his mind to do that. Martell had in his mind to take them children from Melody during that time while he was lying and skinning and grinning in her face on that trip. He was already mad and pissed at the fact that he was looking around at her being able to afford this luxurious vacation, because this is what he used to do with her. So he was mad as hell at Melody that he could not have that anymore. And he had already made up in his mind that he was going to take them children during that trip. He was already planning to do it. Melody just didn't know it. And she was trying to make peace with him, not knowing that he had already had plans to do what he was doing. So now that everything has come out, he is still trying to tell everybody that he and Melody are in a great space so that people will support him, because he did throw in there that he had his underwear line and his t-shirt line coming out, and that his suit line was also coming out. So he wants people to support him, but he knows that they will not do it on the strength of he and Melody not being in a good space. So he keeps throwing out there that he and Melody are good so that people will support him. And we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I'm not. Because I see you, Martell, for who you are. So we're going to end it there, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed Car Chronicles. I try to give you guys some real juicy topics today. We will have Dragiversary today, all right? Because I do have some stuff that I want to talk about. Oh, Jesus, y'all. Thank y'all for joining, though. Love you guys all the way that way. Thank you, Mars. Thank you, content creators, for joining as well. We got 1,078 in the building. Thank you, guys. We got 522 likes. Let's get those likes up. If you didn't hit it on your way in, please hit it on the way out. Leave your comments so that I can check those out as well and respond, okay? Love you guys, and goodbye.